Fanami shrimp has long been a luxury food favored by people around the world. In addition to good taste, affordable price also have protein that is good for the body. So it's not surprising that all continents like to consume Fanami shrimp in Europe, America, Asia, Africa, and Australia. To meet global market demand, several countries and companies are trying to produce Fanami shrimp on a large scale. So that's come the technology of intensive, supra-intensive, and ultra-intensive. In the millennial era, the Fanami shrimp business has become a big business in the marine sector of the world economy and has helped lift the trade balance and state income. In this segment, Badar Bandara Limited with Rijani Halal Food take part in big chains in Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, namely by building a supra-intensive shrimp pond cultivations. This activity is an integrated business activity consisting of activities nursery, harvesting and post-processing equipped with feed warehouse, production warehouse or harvest warehouse, freezing in cold storage and ready to serve, delivered to various destinations both domestic and foreign. This is an illustration of the super-intensive shrimp farming activities of Badar Bandara Limited and Rijani Halal Food, which have an area of 50 hectares, consisting of 250 production plots, 12 production water treatment ponds, and 12 water treatment plants with a 40 times increase so that it is good for the environment. Each map is 2.5 meters deep by 800 square meters. Each plot has 6 to 8 areas to supply oxygen, and each plot has 42 oxygen blower points for the pond bottom to supply oxygen. With the supply of oxygen from the top of bottom and the pond, the density of Fanami shrimp can be adjusted up to 400 Fanami shrimp per square meter. This pond is equipped with various supporting facilities such as feed warehouse, harvest warehouse, management office, guard post, and primus, cold storage and ice flake machine. The feed warehouse for storing feed from sowing seeds to harvesting age consists of 3 main storage warehouses that will control the amount of feed that goes out and comes at the same time to anticipate the sorting of domestically produced feed supply. And back to production. The construction of this pond is also designed to pay attention to environmental elements such as waste treatment. To treat the production waste consisting of feed residue and the format-based sludge, it will be distributed to each waste treatment plot, which consists of 10 waste treatment plots. Each sewage treatment plot has 10 filters so that the waste consists of 2 forms. The first form is liquid waste that has been filtered 40 times and returned to the sea. Meanwhile, solid waste that will be retained in the waste treatment plots can be processed into various organic waste products. This waste treatment activity is also in accordance with government regulation to apply to fish pond business. This business will simultaneously absorb a workforce of nearly 100 people consisting of production employees, security personnel, engineering, laboratory workers, and various partners who will be assisted in this business activity. such as field supply companies and various services related to this business activity. So, if the magnitude of the impact is calculated, it involves thousands of people either directly or indirectly. Next segment, an electrical mechanical. A form of design will receive power from the national from the national corporation and generator, which consists of pump, water wheels, blower, officer, warehouse, cold storage in all areas that require power and lighting. The main source of the two strong suppliers are collective companies and engine generators. The power required is almost 1000 kVA. To turn out electricity will turn out production equipment according to the portion that has been determined by a work management. To avoid interference, prepared power to backup, namely thousands kVA power generator. To operate mechanical and electrical, it will be operated by experts in the mechanical and electrical field with selected standards and qualifications. And for production activities, production has several stages. The first, preparation, which including cleaning, water treatment, checking the water until it is declared ready to be sold. Second, the distribution of sheet will be carried out in the afternoon or morning by applying the standard procedure for seeding by adjusting the temperature, salinity, pH, and so on. In this airport, each floor has an area of 800 square meters with a depth of 2.5 meters and will be filled with water 2 meters from the bottom of the pond, so that each float can be filled with 400 shrimp per square meter, so that the number in each float amount to 320,000 shrimp sheep. So when multiplied by 250, production float can accommodate 80 million shrimp sheep. The third step is routine feeding activities, 5 to 6 times in one day and one night. To dose of feed is given in proportion according to the weight of the shrimp mass and age and stocking density. This activity follows the technical instruction and implementation instruction that will be determined by the company. Fourth, the harvest stage. The harvest stage will start at 7 or DOC 7 or day of culture. Harvest will begin in few blocks from the 7th day, which will be followed by the next block, and each block consists of 20 square. The number of harvests will be targeted at 8% of the total number of seed cultivated of survival of rate each person. Survival rate 88%. If this achieved, our target is at 64 million shrimp that are cultivated until harvest. The weight of wheels will refer to. If it refers to the weight of 40 grams of biomass, then 1,600 tons are produced, which will begin to be harvested from the 7th day to the 100th to the 120. To break down the flow of harvesting activities, we will divide it into various harvest blocks, consists of 20 plots of each harvest block. Each harvest block has a harvest plot that will be fed by a special harvest part that is integrated into all the islands in one block. and will be sent to the harvest plot. Each block will harvest for 3 days. The construction was carried out in various stages, starting with clearing the land, measuring the leveling the 50 hectares of land for the long-term strength of the pond. Then the soil is hardened. This hardening of the soil will ensure that the false plot does not shift and experience aberrations. After solidification of the soil is carried out, the construct plots are made. As for laying the construct plot, the underground pivot network will be planted first. There are several pivots that will be planted under the cultivation plot for drainage pivots, harvest pivot, and water level control pivot when it rains. With this construction design and with the strength that has been built, this pond will be able to last for the next 30 years. The construction process will take up to 9 months. Each block plot has one large plot to accumulate clean water which is ready to be supplied to 20 production plots. And each plot of water has pumped to flow the 20 production plots. To get clean water, there is a 50-meter long pipe from the shore into the ocean to be siphoned off and sent to the main water reservoir, which is then sent to several plots of water reservoirs in each block. At night, under the moonlight, the shrimp will be molting, so the lightning will be reduced. The portion of feed and vitamin will be added to support the shrimp's body's resistance is doing molting as a natural cycle. Thus, this collaboration was built on the good cooperation between Badar Bandara Limited and its director, Mr. P. Ramarkuncham, and the Rijani Halal Food Company with its director, Haji Sunardi Ayub, Bachelor of Law with a degree in law as stated in the cooperation agreement letter in January 2022. As for supporting this business activity, Rijani Halal Food provide business facilities in the form of Raja Lobster Restaurant and 62 marine aquaculture float and floating restaurant equipped with jet boats and a lead ship to support these business activities, and double cabin car will also donate to support this activity and various other supports. Furthermore, we would like to thank you to Badar Bandara Limited and Rijani Halal Food Company.